with us now. Good morning, Reggie.
Yeah. Championship night tonight, right? Dressed for it. Here we go.
I'm so looking forward to that one. We'll get there. But let's talk about this game first, Reggie. What shot do you give the Packers against the 49ers looking ahead?
I give them a slim chance based on what happened the first game. The first time they played the 49ers, it did not go well. 37-8. Aaron Rodgers, 33 attempts and only 100 yards passing.
Yikes.
Aaron Jones only had 38 yards rushing, and Devontae Adams only had 43 yards receiving.
Yep.
And so if this game was a little bit closer, if I saw something in that game that kind of gave me some confidence that they can go in there in a hostile environment and get this win, I might feel a little bit better. But San Fran's defense shut down their best players. And I think that's the most impressive part to me about the 49ers is they're able to get pressure on the quarterback with just 4 guys. And that's so important because when you think about the New York Giants, when they played against the New England Patriots, they were able to get pressure on Tom Brady with just 4 guys. So what that does is it frees up more guys on the back end to play coverage. And we saw what happened when you don't play enough coverage in that Seattle game. Aaron Rodgers lit them up time and time again with Devontae Adams. So I give them a slim chance. It's going to be tough, but they're also going to have to do it through the run game. I don't think they're going to be able to do it through the air this time. San Fran's going to limit them in that aspect, and they're also going to be able to get pressure on Aaron Rodgers. And we saw what happened the last time they played.
49ers should be big favorites. I'm surprised they're only favored by touchdown. I was thinking something like 10 and a half, 11 points, Skip. And I agree with you. The Packers have the edge at the quarterback position. Everywhere else, 49ers have it. Offensive line, defensive line, running backs, because they have a 3-headed monster. I understand the Smith brothers have been phenomenal, but when they come out with Buckner and Armstead and Bosa and D. Ford, Skip, they are relentless. And what they did to First Cousins, he ain't carry your third cousin. They took away the run.
Yes, noted.
And they says, okay, if you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us with him throwing the football.
They had 21 yards rushing.
No.
San Francisco had 183 yards rushing.
Not a fun Saturday.
Both teams wanted to commit to the run. One team was able to commit to it and be successful at it. Skip, I would be surprised. I don't give them much of a chance. But if you're going to have a chance, with a quarterback, there's always a chance. It might be slim, but Slim left. He ain't been eating well, and so he even slimmer. No. Kyle Shanahan. I know you watching the game. You saw Kyle Shanahan. Jimmy Garoppolo threw that pick. What happened when they come back on the field? 8 straight run. You ain't messing this up for me, Jimmy G. You're not going to ruin this for me,
You're not going to be the reason?
He had almost thrown another one before that.
And Kittle had
Kyle saying, okay, that's it.
Funny.
But if you know, and Kyle learned a very valuable lesson, Skip, from that Super Bowl. Once he got that lead, he's like, yeah, we throw to you. Yeah, we can throw. I'm gonna run this thing because not only am I complete, there's coaching the game, but there's also playing the clock. And Kyle Shanahan, you learn a very valuable lesson through sometimes very, very heartbreaking losses. Skip, I give Green Bay a very, very small chance, but if they can do it, they got the guy that can pull it off.
Well, you give Green Bay a huge advantage at quarterback.
I do. Yes. But that's the only advantage of all the positions on the field that they have.
But that's the position on the field.
No, but you need more. You need more. You need more.
So, before I answer Jenny's question,
Please.
I got to get something off my chest that happened last night at the Seattle Green Bay game.
What happened?
Somebody showed up who plays for the Lakers, and his name is Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is on the sideline, decked out in an Aaron Rodgers jersey, doing discount double check. I'm saying, what is this? What are you doing? What are you doing?
Is he from Green Bay?
What are you doing? Wait a second. He grew up in Chicago. Do you realize the depth of the rivalry between the Bears and the Packers?
It's the oldest rivalry.
It's the oldest, biggest, harshest rival. It's bitter blood rivalry.
It is.
You can't sell out your hometown. And furthermore, he now lives in Los Angeles, and they do have 2 football teams. And now you're saying you're a Green Bay fan? And the only thing anybody can sort of connect the dots on is that Anthony is friends with Randall Cobb, who used to play in Green Bay, who did go to Kentucky, but they weren't even at Kentucky at the same time.
Cobb was gone by the time
he was long gone. So somehow Randall Cobb has talked AD into being a big Green Bay fan. And while he's supposed to be getting healthy enough to play maybe tonight, dare I say, against the Cleveland Cavaliers at home here at Staples. He's up there celebrating discount double check. What are you doing?
I thought I was missing something.
Come on, help me out here.
And our boy was on the field too, Skip.
Who?
Oh, Weezy.
Weezy,
Oh, baby.
he was up in a box.
Well,
he stayed
was
warm.
definitely
But he was on the field too at one point.
Yeah,
He was supposed to be a New Orleans Saints fan. He ain't supposed to be on Green Bay Packers.
No,
sideline,
but he was
man.
born and raised.
Come on,
in
Wayne,
Green
come
Bay.
back home, man.
No, but again, his father brought
96.
Wayne a lot of off the Super Bowl. Brought him a lot of paraphernalia.
Green Bay beat New England in the Super Bowl.
I don't have any problem with him. He has been loyal to the Packers from
He loved
day
the Packers.
one. I was texting
Did you
with him
text
last
him?
night. I tried to jinx text him. I said this game's over at halftime just to see if I could jinx it, but I couldn't. So whatever. So now back to the question.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers made a few big-time throws. But as I told you before, the throws that he made on 3rd and 8 and 3rd and 9, I was dumbfounded as to the defense that the Seattle Seahawks played on those two plays, because on the first one, somebody named Ugo Amadi, who played 11 snaps, that was his 11, he played 10 snaps in the game before that one, winds up in single coverage on Devontae Adams.
That's disrespectful.
What are you doing? And this kid is 5'9", and Devontae's a real full. They list him at 6'1". He looks like he's 6'2" to me, but he's at least 4 inches taller. And Aaron sniffed it out right away. Saw he was in single coverage in the slot. They don't line him up that much, about a quarter of the time in the slot. But once you got him in single, and the safety on that side moved to center field, he just switched the route from slant to out breaking, and Devontae just got a free release. And he just runs up the field, and Aaron just drops it over the 5'9" guy for 32 yards, and that was basically the football game. But it did come to 3rd and 9 the next time, and they wind up with a backup safety named Lano Hill on Jimmy Graham, who's one of the three. He's the middle receiver of the three,
or the trip
split to the right. And somehow he just runs a little underneath route. You said, well, it's kind of a pick play, but not really. I'm not going to throw a flag on it.
No. He didn't touch him, but what you try to do, you try to get the rub because he's the inside and the guy's pushing up and you try to rub your guy. But the guy was so far off.
Yeah, free access.
I'm like, dude,
15 yards off. What are you doing? And Lano Hill, by the way, had played 7 snaps in the game. How do you wind up on the 2 3rd and longs that are going to make or break the football game with Ugo Amadi and Lano Hill on the 2 key receivers? And so Aaron kind of had to double pump with a guy in his face, and he throws kind of a curveball that went down
off his back foot.
He throws off his back foot every time. That's all he ever does.
And got a completion percentage
but
like
Jimmy
that.
Graham not make a sweet little snag off the up off the
against his former team too.
Ooh, did he?
I mean, it wouldn't even been close because I'd have just picked that up and got me about 15 more just for good measure.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I would have done.
Really? So you're saying you're way better than Jimmy Graham? Right?
I just said I wouldn't have been stumbling and made it that close.
But that's the difference, because San Fran is not going to give him that free access.
No.
You're not going to see Devontae Adams in man-to-man coverage at the end of the game when you got to have it. That just doesn't make any sense.
Okay, and remember, on the Jimmy Graham play, they were rushing 5, so that 1 extra, but Clowney didn't rush, and I thought he was supposed to drop back into that lane in the zone blitz.
Right.
And he just stood at the line of scrimmage. So is really 6 that you're rushing, and you're only covering with, not enough.
So that's why this game matches up, I think, well for the 49ers, because, again, like I said, they can get pressure on Aaron Rodgers with just 4 guys. And we saw how that happened on the first drive of the game when they played Green Bay. It was a sack call fumble. 49ers then scored, I think it was like 2 plays later, something like that.
So I do not think Devontae, in fact, I'll guarantee you Devontae Adams will not catch 8 balls for 164 yards next Sunday. No. They will just say no.
And the thing is that this 3-4 defense, Skip, is that what they can do is that their inside people, Armstead and Buckner, they're going to wreak havoc on those guards. Those guards, because that's the weak link. We don't know if Balaga, because I think he tried to go and he ended up, feeling ill and he left. Bakhtiari is as good as there is at left tackle. But their inside people aren't very good, Skip. And that's where you can take advantage of, because that's what Minnesota did against New Orleans. Their tackles were pretty good, but we put our best rushers on your guard. They're not used to going one-on-one, especially with speed guys.
So you are jumping right off the bandwagon of the greatest thrower of the football ever, Aaron Rodgers, in an NFC Championship game against Jimmy Garoppolo, and you're saying no?
Let me ask you a question. If Tom Brady not the GOAT, he went home, why? Because sometimes just having a great quarterback is not good enough, Skip, baby. I know what you're trying to do, but my guy going. I got my homeboy. Look, I would love for it to be, I'm sure Fox would love for it to be my homeboy and Aaron Rodgers.
That would work.
I agree.
It would work.
I don't know if we're going to be able to get that. I don't know if we're going to be able to get that. But, I can't go against, how am I going to go against Kyle Shanahan? The man there got me some rings. I remember when Kyle was the ball boy.
Can't go against
all
him.
in the way, drinking the Gatorade. Bro, stop drinking all the Gatorade. You ain't playing.
Seriously?
Transcendent thrower of the football.
He's on
That's a
no
great
shot.
story. I love it.
No shot.
No, Reggie and I did not say he didn't have a shot. We said
do
he
have
was
a shot.
A slim shot.
Slim shot.
Yeah. And he'd
you
been
said it
intermittent
should be
fasting.
way more than a 7-point
Yeah,
spread.
but he'd been intermittent
Sacked
fasting.
5 times in that game.
Let me give you this. And since 2012, Aaron Rodgers is 1-5 when facing an opponent in the playoffs that he also faced in the regular season.
Yes.
So
Good
that means
stat.
teams are figuring him out.
Wow.
He has to find a way to do something a little bit. He's going to have to be special this game. He's going to have to
that
do
from Steve Owens.
Yeah,
Right?
he gonna have to, I mean, look, he can be special, Skip, but you know the 49ers loaded. 49ers basically the whole year, Skip, has been the best team in the NFC. They've been 1 or 2. Now, we went back and forth with Seattle and them. And
Dallas a little bit.
Throw that in there really quick.
You saw Dallas
See if
against
we
Philly
notice.
and then against the Rams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skip, I'm sorry, but we're not talking about Dallas
I just
anymore.
have to throw that
They
in.
have kind of, it's good
Well,
for
I mean,
Dallas.
hopefully next year, Skip, we'll be able to talk about this time of year. We'll be able to talk about your Cowboys.
Yep.
I wouldn't count on it, though.
Hopefully,
I just
we'll get
wanted
there
them to be in
another day.
Miami for things other than interviews.
They will be in Miami.
Yeah.
They had to book a ticket, though.
They'll be selling.
Yeah. We're going to have Reggie stick around because we have more to talk about. I want to get your thoughts on Patrick Mahomes pulling off the amazing comeback yesterday. That is next.